Hello, music lovers! This is Squiggly Myers for Radio, and you are in to the Squiggle Spin, a place where we will be highlighting and reviewing your favorite songs by your favorite indie artists. Brought to you by Rock the Alphabet. Go to Spotify and search Rock the Alphabet, where you will find the most comprehensive list of playlists. A through Z, chances are we have the playlist for you. You can also join us on our Facebook page, Rock the Alphabet, and at www.rockthealphabet.com. And now, your featured song. Hello, music lovers. Before we get into today's featured song, I'd like to get to know more about today's featured artist. The artist is Salt of the Earth. Deep in the heart of Texas do we find today's artist. Officially started in 2019, Salt of the Earth's story goes back to the early 90s. That's when singer-songwriter Veronica Martinez, lead singer for the band, began writing and singing her own songs. Joined by her two sisters, Natalia and Jessica, the three would gather together at their father's revival meetings and sing for the people gathered. As the years went on, Veronica's collection of original songs began to fill up several binders. Frequently encouraged by family and friends to record her songs, it wasn't until Veronica turned 40 that she would step into a recording studio. When interviewed, Veronica says she wanted to surprise her loved ones with a CD of her songs, and that she did. Now, over the next few months, she began the task of promoting her new CD, entitled Manos del Reloj, which in Spanish means hands on the clock. In 2019, her and her sister would open for Audioboss Records recording artist Hacienda. Seeing their potential, a rep from Audioboss Records approached them and offered to sign and record the band. Later on, in fall of 2019, Salt of the Earth would enter Audioboss Recording Studios and begin working on their debut album. The album, entitled Toda Lágrima, which in English means every tear, was completed in December of 2019, then released in January of 2020. The recording of this album would become a real challenge for Veronica, being that in mid-fall she was diagnosed with cancer. Veronica says each song gained new meaning after this, as the overall theme of the album began to hit home. The release of this album, though, became a celebration, as the doctors reported in with a negative count on cancer, giving her a clean bill of health. Veronica says that the recording process was a real struggle due to the looming cloud that hung over her health. She says that her family and friends, along with her faith, carried her through the difficult times. After this, the reps at Audioboss Records had her next project in mind, recording an English version of her debut album. This would become a difficult task due to the pandemic. With music venues on a mandatory shutdown, Veronica and Salt of the Earth began writing their English version of their debut album. The recording process would become an uphill battle once again, due to the pandemic and health issues among the band. Over the next few months, with help from the Audioboss players and some online recording studio magic, Salt of the Earth was able to complete this album in the fall of 2022. Now, with all this behind them, Salt of the Earth stands poised to take their message to the world and beyond. Today's featured song is Empty Heart by Salt of the Earth. Alright, alternative rock fans, Salt of the Earth is here to deliver what you most crave. Reminiscent of 90s alternative rockers such as No Doubt, The Cranberries, and Sixpence None the Richer, Salt of the Earth's song Empty Heart brings us a musical kaleidoscope of sounds. Kicking off with that string section and acoustic guitar combo, we're quickly drawn into the minstrel-like storytelling of this song. The vocals come in, backed up by a crunching guitar and a rhythmic, heartbeat-like rhythm from the drums. All this together brings a melancholy feel, which gives the vocals an earnest tone. Lyrically, it conveys a simple message of love and of a sincere search for acceptance. Stripping away our preconceived notions of a familiar story, it challenges us to put man's failings aside and seek a deeper connection within ourselves, bringing back the focus on the original love story. As the song builds, it brings us to that unexpected nylon string guitar solo, which then takes us to the bridge. Then, after a reprise of the chorus, the song is capped off by a single gong at the end. So, music lovers, if you're into that nostalgic mid-90s sound, Salt of the Earth has got you covered. Well, music lovers, that's it for this week's episode of the Squiggle Spin. Join us again next week when we will be reviewing another featured song by another featured indie artist. This is Squiggly Myers saying, life is short, my friends. Don't forget to turn up the music. Now let's listen to Empty Heart by Salt of the Earth here on MM Radio.